Hello and welcome to a special episode of Community Connections. I am Anna Orr and this is airing right here on OROMIA11. Today we are talking all things seniors. That's right. So please get an elder in your community or in your network and get them to tune in. This is going to be some really good information that I think you'll want to benefit from, with a little bit of a warning and some ways to prevent fraud, identity fraud, which is really sweeping across this country. This is going to be an episode you won't want to miss. It is so nice to have you back on the program. For those that are not familiar with who you are, can you introduce yourself and the organization you are here representing today?
Thank you. Thank you for having me this morning. My name is Ahmed Musa. I'm a community outreach specialist with the Trellis. Trellis is a nonprofit organization that serves and connects people with the resources. We help and support the aging populations, and we also have a funded some of the community members who serve seniors. We have these programs called the Title III funding, so we do also support community organization to give the services to the seniors.
Now, you're here today and we are talking about the work of Trellis and the Senior Linkage Line, among some other things around helping our senior community members age gracefully and have a wonderful quality of life. Can you talk to me, though, about some of the services that you guys provide specifically to the community?
Sure. Well, the Senior Linkage Line statewide services of Minnesota, board and agings. Trellis happened to be one of the area agency in aging within states. So the Senior Linkage Lines covers the 87 county. So our focus, the 7 county within the states. So some of the services through Senior Linkage Lines that seniors can get connected with or get those services. An example could be transportations. When I say transportations, if you're looking for transportations to get yourself around to the hospitals or doctor appointments, or it could be a grocery. So what we do, you can call the Senior Linkage Lines. We have this database called MinnesotaHelp.info. So the MinnesotaHelp.info database has over 43,000 services and also over 12,000 organizations. So these organizations, call in and they provide their informations, and we will just put it in that database. So when any individuals, it could be seniors, it could be someone's calling on behalf of their parents or grandparents, and we'll look into that, and for that particular services that you're looking for. Just said the transportation, so we'll look up the transportation by your zip codes, and we'll connect you with the organization that provided that services. We, the Senior Linkage Lines does not provide that services, but will connect you with those who serve that or who give that services. So it's not only transportations; it could be food, dining sites, food shelf, connecting individuals who who's in low incomes, does not have enough incomes to purchase the food. So we'll connect them to that as well. And we also help seniors who's looking for adult day centers, other services from the county, such as chores and homemakings, and others just like mainly also the health insurance. If the folks are on Medicare, they're looking to be on the journey of Medicare, we'll do provide some classes, and we have a medical counseling experts who can really sit down and talk about more about some of the options that the individuals have. But more than that, it's if seniors are thinking about, hey, I wanted to switch my my Medicare or my health plans these particular times, they can talk to those as well too. So those are some of the services that seniors can get from the Senior Linkage Lines, but not limited to. But there is more to it too. If that are not missions, if folks are thinking about moving, their housing that they live in are not the best place, or if they're not continue living that, they're thinking about moving to a nursing home or assisted livings, calling the senior linkage line, so senior linkage line can help and support that to proceed to go forward and to get those services.
It sounds like you guys offer a lot of wraparound services for not only seniors but also caregivers to provide them with support.
Yeah, one of the things with the senior linkage lines, it will reduce the burden of the caregivers, because there's some individuals who don't live with their parents and they're away and they want their parents to receive those services. By calling the senior linkage lines, and the senior linkage line can definitely able to support and help some of the questions or some of the resources or referrals that the seniors be looking for.
Now, we talked about you all representing the 87 counties. Are you all providing language support for anyone that may not be an English speaker on the line, or may be talking on behalf of a non-English speaker?
Yes. So if any non-English speakers call the senior linkage lines, one of the things that they will do from the beginning is they said, okay, let me just use it for examples. Someone calls from Oromo community and says, speak only of an Oromo. The person will say Oromo. They wait a little bit. The operators will able to connect some of the organizations that can help with the translations. It might take some couple of minutes, but definitely we do have the senior linkage lines will provide the translations. Individuals who can help. So anybody who does not speak English can definitely call the senior linkage lines.
Now, what is a typical senior that the senior linkage line would serve?
Well, senior linkage lines, typically it's for the seniors. Certain communities will define seniors by aging. They could be, 50 above, 55 or 65. But it doesn't mean that only the seniors can call the senior linkage lines. It actually opens to everyone. So anybody who is the seniors and who is not seniors can call. You can call on behalf of your parents, your grandparents. So it doesn't have to be a senior. So it could be anyone's. But it's just like mainly might be focused. Some of the information, referrals, resources that we provide to the seniors.
Now, I know you all do a lot of work in the community. Where are you guys headed to next, where people can not only come and talk to you and your amazing team, but start to utilize some of your resources, maybe at a festival or community event somewhere as we head into the summer months?
Sure. Well, in this month of the, going to end, and within 2 days, May, we have a May extravaganza. What we do is that this month is particularly, we're busy. We sponsor for different community organizations to be part of their event, so we can share some of the resources that are available throughout the senior linkage line. So throughout summers, we participated in some of the health fairs, some of the community events, definitely the big one, large ones, and we'll do our tablings, and anybody who really wants to know more about the senior linkage lines, the resources, information through, we'll talk, and we definitely direct them to reach out to the senior linkage lines and get those informations.
Who would you say would be a good community partner for you guys? What would be some good characteristics, or maybe a specific industry that would help you guys want to further your message of senior services?
Well, you guys happen to be one of the partners organizations, because each communities, you can only reach out to the community in different ways, and some of the community could be just through just mailings and posters, where some others, because of there might be illiterate, they can read that, the messages that you'll send through the mails. So it could be more of the word of the mouth, or maybe a media. So we're partnered with a different organization just through out the Twin Cities. But a media like you guys are very amazing, because a different community would be able to reach some of these informations and then share with others because of the word of the mouth. So we have plenty of organizations that we work with, but OROMIA11 is one of our list of partnership that we think that they can deliver our messages, our resources through senior linkage lines, that people can learn more.
We are happy to not only partner with you guys, but also highlight and promote the amazing services and programming you guys are providing throughout the Minnesota area.
Yeah, we appreciate it, and we hope to continue that services.
Absolutely. Now, part of our work is to also help in putting out messaging that can help inform caregivers and seniors about prevention and scams and fraud that is taking place in our community. Can you talk to me a little bit about how you've seen seniors being attacked, whether it's through religious practice or phone calls, and trying to get money from them?
Sure. You know, the fraud, it's something that is where the seniors are very vulnerable when it comes to the fraud. You know, according to the federal, almost over 60 billions being lost in yearly on the fraud and fraud, waste, and abuse. So with the fraud, we do actually have a presentation that we provide how community can protect themselves from becoming one of the victims, especially the seniors. And the way that seniors can really they can really focus and help themselves and support. You know, some of the frauds, it could be, they will give you a call and ask you for your information, your bank. They might request you for your personal information, or it might be just like unrelated bills that they're asking you to pay. So you just need to be like, the senior need to be really careful about those. Just understand if this is a legitimate bills. And if they have a question about the services that they might get the bills that they have not received the services for, so they have to really careful and call that organizations and check. But with the frauds, if any individuals, community that serve the seniors, we'll be happy to provide that information, how folks can protect themselves and be very cautious about have just alert to just make sure that you don't become one of the victims. But I'll just say that a little bit highlight and just make sure you take care of yourselves and don't let anybody get your information. Don't share it, and just share it some of your personal information, and even don't toss it in the trash.
I think that's sound advice. I recently was watching a news story the other day, and people were receiving calls and they were using relatives' names to say, you need to send money to this phone number or bring money to this location, or like you just said, pay a bill that they had never heard of, or telling people that they're even in danger to lose their home. And I don't know about anybody else in this economy, but that's such unsettling news to hear, that you would prey on someone, an elder in the community in that way and try to take away their stability. So I think it's very important that you're here sharing resources about prevention, to not share your information. Make sure you're shredding personal documents with your valuable information on it, but also verifying the people that are calling you to make sure that they are in fact legit.
Yeah, I mean, whenever we are out into the community and we talk to some of the seniors about who have become victims of a fraud, they will share their stories, and they all have a different stories what have happened to them. So we want the folks to, like I said, if I remember somebody reach out and says that they received a call, someone pretending to be IRS, and they were like, oh, you own this much amount of money that you have to pay, otherwise if you don't, you'll be arrested, or your all personal stuff or your family will be taken away from you, what you own. So it's really to be, you don't want it to fall in that lanes, and yourself to just protect yourself. And sometimes when scammers calls you, they put you in, they a little bit put you in the pressures. And like, for instance, like the grandparent scams, it could be like, hey, I'm representing so and so, and I'm a lawyer, I wanted to bail these persons out, and we want you to just to send this amount of money to us. And usually those money that they will ask, it's either wiring money or gift card, because you are never gonna get those money back, because they're not gonna say that, okay, send us a check, or here's our account, bank information, account numbers, and send it through to the bank. So they don't ask for that, or credit cards, but they'll ask through the wire money or gift card. Well, you can't get those back, because you really don't know who you send it to. Yeah, you can't really track that one down.
That's so scary to think about. Literally, as you're saying that, I'm thinking about that, like a wire transfer or a gift card, you would never be able to find the money trail, so to speak, about that.
Yeah.
I really hope that viewers reach out to you and your amazing team at Trellis and the Senior Linkage Line and start to utilize some of you guys' resources, because I think it not only helps keep families together, but it also makes caregiving a little less daunting.
Yeah, we hope the viewers are listening and reaching out to the Senior Linkage Lines, and for any information above that we've highlighted, anything related to the housings or transportations and Medicare's fraud, definitely reaching out to the Senior Linkage Lines. Like you said, the caregivers will be a less burden or little less pressures to worry about their parents or their grandparents. So we hope folks definitely reach out to Senior Linkage and for those resources.
For those interested, please provide them with your contact information so that they are able to stay connected to you and the work that you guys are doing.
Sure. Anybody can call the Senior Linkage Lines. So our days are Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. You can call our numbers 800-333-2433. We'll post that numbers, and you can call that numbers from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. 4:30 p.m. for any questions related to the resources or referrals.
Thank you so much for joining me today on this episode of Community Connections.
Thank you for having me.
Unfortunately, that is all the time that we have. A very special thank you to Ahmed Musa and his amazing team at Trellis and the Senior Linkage Line. Be sure to contact them from the information that they provided us here, as well as we will make sure that we put the website and the link so that you can reach out to them and stay informed about the seniors in your life. As always, thank you for joining me. I am Anna Orr. This has been Community Connections, airing on OROMIA11. I look forward to connecting again with you soon.